Welcome to 42 North 78 West Sports Show. Here's your host, Sebastian.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the 42 North 78 West show. Little different show today. We got, of course, my co-hosts. You know who they are, Alex and Kevin. Alex and Kevin, how you doing today?
We're good. Happy to be good,
Oh, it's all good, some little rescheduling errors and stuff like that. We had to play it safe a little bit. But, well, what'd you guys think of the game yesterday?
Wild. Another rough, another weird second half. 8-3, baby. 8-3. 8-3 is 8-3. But another game where we looked awesome coming out of the gates. And third quarter happened once again, made it interesting. Never really felt the game was in question. But it got interesting at times there, but 8-3 is 8-3. We'll take it any way we can get it.
The run game's back, though. That's a good thing for
Welcome
us.
Welcome to 42
North. Definitely. Whoops. The run game is back. I accidentally played that beginning video again. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, that was a little my error. But the run game is back, of course. Devin Singletary and Moss had very good carries that game.
Yeah, it looked a lot better. The offensive line did pretty good, minus trying to block Joey Bosa. He was an absolute monster as expected.
Yeah, it turns out he's pretty good at football.
Yeah, there's a couple times where we just ignored him, like the one sack on Allen where Darrell Williams picked up the corner on the corner blitz, as opposed to Nick Bosa. I was like, no, I think you should probably take on Bosa.
And then poor Matt Barkley steps in for one play and gets crushed.
Yeah. And you go unblocked. Like Bosa, oh my God, I don't know what happened
he had
there.
No shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy play. But
listen, we need to apologize to Aaron James Klein. Mostly, I feel like they call him AJ, but Alex, I know you've been on his case lately, and me and Sebastian have been trying to tell you that AJ Klein's a good player.
No. Nope.
Me and Sebastian will speak on behalf of AJ Klein, and we will accept your apology, Al. But
you're not. No.
You need to be better. You need to be better next time.
All of us. This is all of us. This is not just me. It's all of us.
I don't know. I think you're a little in denial here. It's okay. It's no big deal.
Whoa.
Forgive you.
Whoa.
These guys.
Other than AJ Klein. Other than AJ Klein, of course. Not a lot of passes to Diggs today. Last game. Diggs really didn't. He didn't have a big impact, but the other players stepped up, which is good to see. It's always nice.
They had Chris Harris come back for them this week, so that obviously played a huge factor in Diggs not seeing as many targets as we're used to him having. Because Chris Harris is a good football player.
Yeah, that's true. And one more thing we mentioned about it was what the refs. The simplest thing was getting called a flag. Like, what was up with the spinning with the ball? That was ridiculous to me. Like,
that's so soft.
It was a soft, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Allen one was soft, but I can somewhat get it because he kind of looked at him and did it. But the Zach Moss one, Moss didn't even see the guy. Moss just tossed it back, and it just happened to fall right in the Chargers' lap, and they called it.
And it was the same ref. It was the same exact guy, which I was like, this guy really just thinks like the player looked at him funny. You'd probably throw him out of the game.
I was laughing too when he was trying to make a call, and the one injured Chargers player walked right in front of him as he's making the call, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me," like, like first day on the job guy, like,
like
what's going on here?
Actually, I thought about that too, because he looked like I never seen that ref before, so I was actually thinking like I thought he was brand new because I've never seen that guy before.
Yeah, I was like, where's Ed Hockley's when you need him?
Yeah, where's Ed? And I mean, I think the last thing we'll bring up is the third quarter is still our enemy.
Oh my God,
It's
yeah.
really
100%.
it's terrible. I mean, we really didn't touch the ball that much in the third quarter, but it the defense just like slows down. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but
I don't know what they do at halftime, but
well,
the third quarter is just
yeah, the third quarter is just something else.
how many games this year? I mean, really only the Cardinals game came back. It came back to bite us. Every other game that we've had that issue, we've managed to, we managed to hang on in the end. But still, I mean, you do this in the playoffs. You do this against the Steelers in a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
I mean,
Maybe if
a little bit
you
of a problem.
maybe we try to swing it to where halftime is a big cause of COVID. So maybe we get rid of halftime so that the Bills don't have to go through that halftime drought and have a rough third quarter. We just keep playing so that we
Yeah.
never hit that
Oh,
wall.
whoa.
The opposing coach can't make adjustments.
Cooking up here right now.
Ah.
Food for thought.
Is future thought, but
Let's find a way to file this to the league. Although they just declined the Broncos of allowing a staff member to play quarterback for them.
oh
So,
yeah,
I follow the NFL on Twitter, so I'll tweet at them and maybe we'll
Yeah.
get something. You know.
it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
this was a
Gotta
shot.
play it safe this year.
Slide those DMs real quick. You know.
Look, NFL, your season's really in jeopardy right now. We have a great idea that might help you save.
Hear me out.
All right, well, we're gonna cut to our favorite segment of all. We all know what's coming. You saw him last week, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican point of view, it's awesome, man. Bring that guy back.
I know what you're thinking. A couple turnovers and an ugly tons of flag for spending the ball. In fact, I know how you feel. It was an ugly game. But last time I checked, you don't get extra point for pretty games. In fact, I don't think the Chargers head coach knew what the score was. He don't know if he wants to kick the field goal. He don't know if he wants to go for the fourth down. It's the reason why he's no longer the Bills coach. But he was not the only one confused. I was confused. In fact, I had to take a time out. I had to make a call. I need to call Pagulas. Who is this bozo? Don't let this bozo just dominate you. One player? Come on. Can anybody put two men in this guy? He look some guy from the 70s. Okay, Josh, I'm not going to tell you how to play the game. I'm not the one running out there for my life. But we got to stick with working. This man right here, Mr. 7-Eleven himself, he can do it all. You want him to pass the ball? This is the man you relied on. Now, a win is a win. 8-3. Now we're going on to the 49ers.
All right, what a simple guy. He's simple
He's a
guy.
simple
he is.
man.
He's a simple man.
Gotta love him.
Yeah. Hey. Alex, we're losing your feed a little bit. You all right over there? Did you?
Yeah.
It seems like we lost your feed for a sec.
That's what you get for talking smack about AJ Klein, buddy.
AJ Klein coming at your
Coming
internet.
back to fight.
AJ Klein came at your internet.
Karma. Karma.
Leave me on an island to dry with this.
Let me
All
see.
right.
Yeah, Alex, you go. We lost your. We lost you.
Completely? Like,
Well, you're still on the call, but we don't have your video no more. But
weird.
we'll figure it out as we go. But let's keep it going. Did you guys watch that Mike Tyson fight Mike Tyson fight Saturday night? I mean, we all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Checked
awesome.
it out.
I mean,
checked it out.
I mean, but Jake Paul was the highlight of the night. If anyone watched that fight, Jake Paul was definitely the highlight.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
I love Nate Robinson. Like, Nate Robinson was so fun to watch in the NBA. I mean, the dunk contest, He's just a all around fun guy, but oh my god, dude, he just got pounded on, man. Like he
I
didn't
mean, it
stand a
was
chance.
it was pretty fitting that he was wearing Knicks colors when he got knocked out.
You know what?
You know,
We don't.
Whoa.
I mean,
All right, I understand you're salty about your AJ Klein take, but you don't need to take it out on other people right now.
we're gonna drive that into the ground. All right,
We're talking about
that's how it's gonna be.
boxing.
All
We're
right.
not talking about the NBA right now.
Alex.
When an NBA player starts boxing, we do talk about it.
Whoa.
Let's get back on topic here, Alex. We're losing your feed, and
You get
Yeah.
back
getting off on topic here. Guys,
Alex,
clean it up.
Alex,
Clean it up.
Alex, try turning your video on and turning it back on. Turn it off and then turn it back on and see what happens.
We might have to hire an IT guy.
Yeah, we get the IT over to Alex.
You got to check the funds.
Well, other than that, we can keep talking about the fight. Of course, Snoop Dogg is probably the MVP of commentators. That dude was the most entertaining thing I've ever heard. Yeah, you know, we make fun of commentators that they're so bad and stuff, but this guy was funny.
I would love for him to commentate almost every game
Yeah.
if possible. Like he's so funny.
Yeah, it is.
And he just gets so into it too, which just adds that like little bit in there that makes it so like just fun to watch.
Yeah, it's, what I mean, what fight would you want to see next? I mean, is beyond me.
Jake Paul versus Robin Leonard. Evander Kane.
Yeah, and he called out he called out my Conor McGregor in his post game.
See, that was a
little crazy there.
The adrenaline got to his head a little bit there. He does not want any part of McGregor. Like, come on.
Yeah, yeah, but it was a cool fight. I mean, it's, you know, it was the definition of an exposition fight. That's for sure, because no one got really hurt. Well, Tyson and Roy Jones didn't get hurt at all. Roy Jones, like you said, Kevin, he was like done after probably the second round.
Yeah, I mean, I won't, give him too much crap for it because I'd probably be just as winded. But yeah, man, he was just 30 seconds in, man, he was just exhausted.
Yeah, and
Tyson looked good, man, for being in his 50s, man. He looked good.
Yeah, and he did that same jab move. Did you see? He did the jab, and then he will like swerve. It was the same move, and then he put a little razzle dazzle. You saw when he did that little like jog. Oh my god! Yeah, they were having fun out there. It was.
That's what it is, man. Just the entertainment just something different that we're not used to seeing. Like yes, fighting is one of those things that you love to watch, but just to have something like that where it's like Mike Tyson's fighting again in his 50s, Roy Jones, like, and then on top of that, headlining it is a YouTube influencer, Jake Paul, versus a retired NBA player. Like what more can you ask for there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's oh my god, I lost my train of thought. But let's while we're talking about that, we can move on to our next segment. Of course, it's the Seahawks at Eagles game. Tonight. It's gonna be another. I think it's gonna be another one of those games. It's gonna be like really. The Seahawks are gonna dominate them. I don't see I mean, the Eagles will put up a fight. They are pretty entertaining, but I see the Seahawks are gonna kill them.
Yeah, and Carson Wentz is going to be running for his life with, Carlos Dunlap and Jamal Adams, who they use like blitzing 70% of the time. I'm more interested to honestly see how much playing time they give to Jalen Hurts.
Hey, Alex, you're back. Alex. Oh, you are. Oh, wait. Are you mute? Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Are you muted? Did you mute yourself? Okay, you didn't. We'll fix you up in 1 sec, Alex. We'll fix you up in 1 sec.
Well,
Here,
Yeah.
let me fix them up real quick. Let's do it.
all right. Well, while you fix them up, yeah. So I think Seattle wins by a couple scores tonight. Does Carson Wentz get benched? Maybe. Does Jalen Hurts play more snaps than Carson Wentz? I don't think so, but it's gonna be interesting to see. Fantasy wise, I really only feel like the one player on the Eagles you're hoping has a big day is Miles Sanders. And then on the other side with Seattle, Chris Carson's back. He was out with a foot injury for a few weeks. So it's going to help a lot of guys out tonight in their leagues, especially with fantasy football wrapping up in a week or two, and then playoffs begin. And yeah, maybe we'll see a big day out of DK, Tyler Lockett. Maybe both of them have a big day. Should be a good game as far as fantasy production. But
Let's see. I think the trick we could try. Alex, did you try leaving the call and then coming back in? Give me a thumbs up if you try that. Try that. Oh, thumbs down. All right, hang on. All right, guys. We're gonna just take a quick break from the show. We're gonna be right. Here we go. All right, we're back. We're back. Let's check if we're back. Are we back?
Are we back?
he is back.
We are back.
Yeah. Nice.
We are back. All right, cool. All
Beautiful.
right, welcome back to the 42North. We got back, Alex. Alex, we missed you.
Glad to be back. This is what we got to deal with in this, 2020.
Yeah,
Blame COVID.
You know how it is. You know how it is.
Blame
What a
COVID.
shame.
Yeah, we're blaming COVID. You know how it is. But
Blame AJ Klein. What'd you say, Kevin? Why would you say that, dude?
Honestly, Al, I thought you were off the call because for a second, I was worried I hurt your feelings a little bit with the AJ Klein stuff. So if I did, I'm sorry.
No,
Okay,
everything's fine.
All right.
Everything's fine. We all know how much you hate
I'm just
AJ
passionate
Klein, and now
about
you're trying to
AJ
hop back
Klein.
on the bandwagon, but
Al, I know you're still in denial right now. It's the first stage of grief here. So
I'm not in
I'm gonna forgive you and let you take the time you need to get all that energy out, that negative energy. Take a deep breath. Take a sip of water.
I'm golden.
All right.
hey, we're
Let's
good.
roll.
We're good.
I'll take your word for it.
Let's roll.
Cheers.
Yo, did you want to add anything, Alex, to that to the game?
I mean,
another thing we could just add. Another thing we could just add in is that the Ravens and Steelers games got postponed to Wednesday, which doesn't make it does it make it the next week game? Because I could have swore every time it's a Wednesday game, it pushes it next week.
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm pretty
because I would think it's still technically last week, but that will get confusing fantasy
man, I
wise.
forgot to.
Yeah,
Because
so
now the games aren't going to be.
Yeah,
Fantasy games won't be official till Wednesday or Thursday morning.
Right
Now, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So waiver claims. I wonder if they're just going to get rid of waiver claims and then it's first come first serve maybe on Thursday.
Yeah.
One more thing to add though about the game tonight: the 3-6-1 Eagles playing to reclaim first place in the NFC.
I'm sick of that division.
Yeah, what a crazy division.
Unbelievable.
There's always that one division. What was it? I think last year was the Dallas Cowboys, or no, it was the same division, right? It's always the same year.
It usually is, yeah. A lot of times, the NFC East is the most overrated division. They get all the primetime games because they're all big markets, but for the most part, they all suck. Minus the Eagles Super Bowl year, a few years back, they've all been pretty bad for a while now. The Cowboys had a couple of years where, like Prescott's rookie year, they were good, but
yeah, but I think we could look forward to at least next week, of course, the Bills and 49ers game, which is gonna be a great primetime game for us. Awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
I don't like the idea of going back to the scene of the crime in Arizona.
PTSD is going to set in hard.
But we get a chance for some vengeance in that building. So I guess that's a positive way to look at it.
Yeah, but I mean, one cool thing one thing I would say is keep the run game going. If it's working now, like one I forgot, but the one I think Chris Berman said like they need to learn how to run when they need to chew the clock. Like they're up where we get up to a hot start and you just chew the clock and just run the ball every play almost basically, which is
Yeah.
it's the best way to win.
And it should help that we don't have to face a Bosa back-to-back weeks like we thought before the season started. We were going to have to.
Is it Bosa or Bozo?
Bosa.
Wait, it's Bosa, right.
Joey
there.
because Joey with the Chargers, who we just played, and then Nick Bosa with the 49ers, but he's out for the year, so we're very fortunate there. And we're fortunate for a lot of the Niners injuries.
Yeah, no Jimmy G, no George Kittle.
No Greg Kittle, yeah.
Greg Kittle. Yeah, so this is one of those games where I'm just going to say, like, with coaching, San Fran has a great coaching staff with Shanahan, and I can't remember their D coordinator's name off the top of my head, but, I mean, he was getting considered for head coaching jobs last year as well.
Yeah, so, that name's slipping my mind, too. I remember him being a big name for Canada head coaching jobs. That's going to kill him. But
don't let him out coach you is really the big thing. Just play your game and limit those mistakes. Don't do what you did against the Chargers because luckily Anthony Lynn is not a good coach. So he made some really bad decisions that honestly benefited us in the end. So
yeah, I mean, you remember he called for a field goal like at the end of the game? It was weird. He had the field goal unit out. And then he pulled him off the last minute. I was like, "What are you doing, bro?"
and it was when they're right by the goal line with like less than 10 seconds left. And I was like, at this point, why?
Yeah,
like, just punch it in now.
Just punch it in. But also big fantasy night. Dolphins are coming up fast. That's one thing we got to keep an eye out. The Dolphins are looking good. Ryan Fitzpatrick's out there doing Fitzmagic things, and he's coming up fast.
Yeah, I mean, take care of business this week because I think the Dolphins play the Bengals this week. And then next week when we play Pittsburgh, they have to play Kansas City. So in the event that we lose against Pittsburgh, the Dolphins will probably lose to Kansas City. So that'll definitely help for sure. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's definitely going. But next week's game, we're gonna have our meteorologist show us the weather this week. So be right back.
Dark and stormy. It's dark and stormy.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. Thank you, of course, for our meteorologist for telling us how the weather is going to be. But I think we're going to cut to our last segment. We're going to do some voicemail calls. We only have one this week, so let's see what we got. Let's see. Oh, look, another fan. Look at that, guys. We got fans. All right, let's see what they have to say.
Yes, good evening. I still enjoy listening to your show, and I do have a question. What do you think of Will Fuller's 6-game suspension? Thank you.
Oh, all right. Will Fuller's suspension. It's crazy. Like we talked about at the beginning of the show. It's like it's a great question. But this with 6 like out of nowhere it came out of nowhere. Like out of nowhere that came out of nowhere, right? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, apparently he trusted a medical professional with certain medication, and he was whoever the medical professional was said that whatever he was taking was perfectly fine under the NFL guidelines, It turns out it was not, as we
Yeah.
see, out for the rest of the season, just like that.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, it's like nobody suspected it, and he just kind of posted about it out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, okay, well, so much for that.
Yeah, right.
And I don't remember it being 6 games. I mean, I remember at least for first time offenders, I thought it was 4 games. But I don't know. I don't unless I'm missing the time where he got caught before or got up before. But yeah, that's I mean, it's better to happen now while the Texans are 4-7 and probably out of it,
Well,
as opposed to earlier in the year when they had much higher expectations.
Yeah.
well, thinking about it, he is in a contract year this year, and for Will Fuller, a guy who
That's
hasn't
true.
been able to get many games on tape because he's been injured a lot. Not only that, but then Houston cut Kenny Stills too a few days ago. So it's like, cut Kenny Stills. We still got Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks. Now we just have Brandon Cooks. Like, that's it.
Or Deshaun Watson.
I know. Get him out of there.
I mean, that was the only real thing I enjoyed watching on Thanksgiving Day was watching him play. He's phenomenal. Well, man, they're just killing the team around him.
Bill
Anything he
O'Brien.
had around him.
God.
Well, but what are you gonna do? But one more thing we forgot to mention is
Dark and
Jared
stormy.
Patterson.
Oh
My
goodness.
God, how
Hi,
crazy
Fun
is
to
that?
watch Saturday. Yeah.
Give him
You are a
high.
Heisman voter out there. Get
Oh
him
my
on
God,
your
I did
ballot
it again. Oh, I
now.
did it again. uh
What'd you do?
I'm so sorry, people. Show's going. It's best I can do what I got, but sorry about that. Technical difficulty. Yeah, Jared Patterson. I mean, I didn't actually know about it until like the day after, and like someone came up to me, he's like, "Joe, did you see that performance?" I was like, "What?" And they were like, "You didn't see that?" And I was like, "Nah." And then I had to research. I was like, "Oh my God, that's an awesome game."
Yeah, it was a
Which
lot of fun to watch.
I bet
I
it
don't
was.
blame you for not knowing because like it was not getting enough attention.
No, it really
Yeah.
wasn't.
It was pretty sad. Like the
Yeah.
man is out there just like I don't care if it's the MAC. The fact that he's able to put up those numbers and just play against a Division 1 college football team, that is impressive. And he does it consistently. Like it's not just like a fluke of a game. He's putting up these numbers on a consistent basis right now.
And how about their coach Lance Leipold pulling him on the last drive?
Oh
They were
God.
18 yards away from the end zone. He was 18 yards away from the single game NCAA rushing record. Also, 1 touchdown away from the single game rushing record. He could have got both easily because they
Probably
pulled him
one
out.
carry.
Yeah, and Lance Leipold said after the game that he simply just didn't know about it. And he actually texted Patterson after the game and apologized to him for it. But like, how do you not know? Like, you see your player putting up a historic performance. Like, I'd be asking everybody on the sideline, like, "Hey, how close is he to a record? How like he's breaking records? Like, what'd you think the record was? 600 yards in a game? Like, I don't know." But Ross Tucker on the broadcast, he was the color analyst on CBS Sports, and he lost his mind. It was hilarious. He was literally every person watching that game given the same reaction. It was hilarious. But and yeah, they took him out. They put the backup in. What's he do? 2 plays later, runs it in for a touchdown.
Mm.
So that would have been Patterson breaking the record. But nonetheless, it was a blast to watch.
Yeah.
He's special. He's going to be a high draft pick, and he needs to start getting national. He ran for almost he ran for almost 700 yards in the last 2 games combined.
Oh my, yeah. Like I could understand like if you are Alabama and you pull a guy like that because you know what, we're going to be playing for a college football playoff game down the road, an SEC championship game. We don't want to risk anything. Fine, but
Hey,
like for UB,
UB's undefeated. They might. Hey,
hey,
just
if I was on
kidding.
the panel, they'd have my vote.
Yeah, they definitely at least got to start getting some recognition to at least get ranked. I believe I think they're as good as any non-Power 5 team out there.
I did see they have UB as the second team out, so basically 27th in the rankings. So another
Dog
win this
animal.
week.
Yeah. I mean, that offense is so explosive. Put up 70 points this week. On top, I mean, yeah.
Against a good MAC team too. Kent State,
Yeah.
they were undefeated going in that game too.
That game was for first in the division. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was unbelievable performance.
Yeah, I had to research it. I was like, wow, that's literally insane. But I think that's what wraps up our show today. Thank you guys for thank everyone for watching today. It was a not perfect, but I have to we'll definitely fix on the errors. We're sorry about the technical difficulties. We have one more thing before we go, but other than that, have a good night.
Peace.
Stay safe. Thank you.
Welcome to Here's Your Host, Sebastian.
You looked away. One, go.
Welcome to
Go. Stop touching your hair. And one last time.
welcome to what?
Hey, just ready?
Hey,
Go to the. Oh, you didn't have your headset on.
sorry. 42 North 78 West Sports Show.
One more time.
Welcome to 42 North 78 West Sports Show. Here's your host, Sebastian.
There you go. Here you go. High five.